morning. Welcome to the pipeline, y'all. Welcome to the pipeline where we got more audio than visuals. Feel free to come over here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button for me. Also, feel free to pull up and comment. Y'all gonna have to excuse me a little bit. Y'all know I'm under the weather still, so my throat and my nose is a little stuffy, but I'm all right, y'all. Wait a second. We got to talk about rapper Q Money this morning. Let me get my tea, y'all, and then I'm coming right back. 1 second. I should have played some music for y'all. Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Y'all know I got to get myself together, y'all. I got to get myself together. Y'all know we got to talk about this. I got the news yesterday evening, about Q Money's sentence. So y'all know I'm gonna talk to y'all about that because y'all know how much we talk about this on my channel. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get me together, y'all. Y'all gonna be like, what is wrong with her? Why she sound like that? You know how y'all is. What is wrong? Why you sound like that? I got a cold. I got a cold. Hold on, I'm mixing my stuff up, y'all. I wanna sit down so we can go over it. Okay, good people. Hold on, let me give it a take. Let me give it a sample. Who up with me this morning? Who up with me? Is somebody up with me this morning? Let me do my test sample. And I'm trying to also give y'all time to wake up and get in here. Because I know it's early. Hold on, y'all. Let me do my taste test. My water is hot. Okay, we good. So, y'all, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all, I want to report today about rapper Q Money from Cleveland, Ohio. Now, if you follow me and you follow my channel, y'all know how much of a Q Money fan I am. I most definitely is a diehard Q Money fan, always have been. I got familiar with Q Money about 2016, I would say. So I hear a lot of people, covering Q Money's story, with the whole thing with him and the situation with his best friend, his alleged best friend. Now, we don't know if him and Calvin, rest in peace to Calvin, condolences to his family, because I'm gonna say a couple things on this live, and I don't want to disrespect nobody in no way, shape, or form. I'm not here to disrespect the dead. I'm here just to simply talk about these events and these stories and these headlines that we see what's going on with the artists. What's going on with these artists in our cultures and how their lives are being taken away from them so tragically. So tragically. If they're not losing their life, they're still losing their life to the system. Also, the parents has lost their kids as well. Because even though Q Money is still alive, his mother has still lost a son to the system. Calvin is no longer with us, and his mom has lost a son who will never be able to return. So it most definitely is a big difference, but I'm here to kind of just bring a little bit enlightenment on the situation. With me being an artist myself and being an Ohio artist and also living in the city of Cleveland. I lived in Cleveland for about 8 years before I moved. I lived in a lot of different cities in Ohio, but I most definitely had some memorable times when I lived in the heart of Cleveland. Now, when I lived in the heart of Cleveland, it was around the time, it was between 2005 to about 2006 or so to about 2013, I would say 14. And then I kept doing business in Cleveland. I have a lot of ties to the city of Cleveland, just like I have a lot of ties to Chicago, a lot of ties to Detroit. It's where I'm from, Ohio, in the Midwest states. That's really my stomping ground of where my family is from and where I was raised. So I moved around a lot in these cities and states. You know what I'm saying? So my experience when I lived in Cleveland, and I was doing music there too. When I was in Cleveland, I was tied up between two labels. My label was in Miami, and then I also was tied up with another label that was in Tennessee. I was in the process of leaving my label in Miami to go sign with another label in Tennessee. So in the process of me living in Cleveland and being tied up into both of these labels, I was a young man. It was a young man who goes by the name of Q Money. Now, when I was going back and forth to Cleveland, I met so many new artists. I've worked with so many artists in Cleveland, and I also have performed and opened up for a lot of acts in Cleveland. Even industry acts I performed and opened up for. So when it comes to the history and the ties that I have to Cleveland, I don't think nobody could cover the Q Money story better than me. That's why I'm always repping free Q Money. Free Q Money. Because I literally seen his growth. I really seen his development. I really was around the areas of where he started bubbling and getting his name out. You know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't know Q Money personally and never worked with Q Money. But I do know, well, I did some stuff with the whole t-shirt thing and everything that I didn't even move or push. But I did create the hashtag Free Q Money t-shirts that I never ended up moving. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a creation. But that's another story here or there. But when I tell y'all, Q Money is such a very, very, very talented and smart young man who has a heart of gold. When I lived in Cleveland, only thing you heard was about Q Money giving back to the neighborhood. Back to school drives. I mean, tennis shoe drives, backpack drives. I mean, he took the city by storm in a few years' time. I was to a point like, who is this dude, Q Money, that's making all this noise up in Cleveland? This guy is doing his thing. So as Q Money started getting his buzz up, I ended up moving from the city of Cleveland. But with that, let me say this. The stories that y'all are hearing about Q Money are not factual stories. I don't know where this information is coming from, but the image that they're painting about Q Money is not who he is. Now, repeat, keep in mind, y'all know I just had a performance in Cleveland like 3 weeks ago, and I just hashtag Free Q Money. You go back to my other videos, like my third video, where I showed the performance on my page. If y'all want to see it, just go down to one of them other videos. I had just did a show. That's what I do. I do shows. Y'all know that. Y'all see me in the studio, all that stuff. Y'all see me doing my thing. So when I gave Q Money the shout out at the performance, where I was like hashtag justice for Courtney Bruce, hashtag free Q Money. So I did that a couple times throughout my segment when I was in Cleveland. Remember when I told y'all like the love for Q Money seemed like it was kind of low. Boog the Bandit to me had a more standing ovation, which I pretty much did it just being an Ohio artist. And Boog the Bandit and Q Money are two of my youngest favorite artists that come from Ohio. That's why I'm always constantly talking about Boog the Bandit on the female side, and on the male side, you gotta give it to Q Money. Both of them was up next in Ohio. So to me, I speak on them because I feel like they have been forgotten about in the world. And they are very, very iconic for them to be their ages. Q Money took the world by storm. So I want to do this blog today just to bring the world in on a different side, because we're going to address these rumors and we're going to address some of the allegations this morning. So feel free to hit the like button for me, y'all. Y'all come in and comment. It was very sad yesterday when I read and saw the reports about Q Money being found guilty of red rum. You know, I got to say it backwards because y'all know I can't say the word, but red rum, read it backwards, of his best friend. Y'all really look at it. Let's talk about the rumors, right? Let's get these rumors out here. The first rumor we hear was that allegedly, Calvin was coming to expose that Q Money was supposed to have been undercover DL. This is what we just talking about the rumors. We not, listen, let me drop the disclaimer. This video is for educational purpose. We are here to discuss rumors, allegations, and the possibilities on what could have happened. Nothing is 100% the truth, and nothing is 100% facts. We strictly are just going off of the rumors and the allegations. So throughout this video, you will hear me say allegedly, because I don't have the facts. We're just going to talk about what people are saying. So let's really think about this thing, right? So they were saying Calvin was supposed to have left Ohio to go to Atlanta to expose Q Money for being down low, right? This is what the rumors are saying. Why would let's use our head about this. Why would Calvin have to go to Atlanta to expose that information? He could expose that from Ohio. He could expose that from anywhere. If that was the case, allegedly, what sense would it make for him to fly all the way across the world to just expose him for being DL allegedly? It won't make no sense. The internet is worldwide. He could have dropped those receipts anywhere. Anywhere. Why take a flight to go drop that information? So I just never understood that. Number two, the next rumor they said was, oh, well, it was about some money, allegedly. They saying Q Money allegedly, Calvin owed Q Money some money allegedly, and things went left. What would be the point of me blowing my whole career? Now keep in mind, Q Money is at the top of his game. He is at the top of the charts around this time when this heinous act against Calvin was committed, because Calvin is not here to defend himself. It most definitely is a loss. His family is grieving. So I most definitely want to watch what I say and how I say it, because I don't want to offend nobody, but we also got to get down to what we think makes sense. Right? So why would Q Money, who is at the top of his game, making more money than he ever had seen in his life, why would he go throw that away behind his best friend allegedly owing him money? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. How does that make sense? So then the third rumor was allegedly Q Money went over there to get some drugs from Calvin, allegedly, and it was a drug deal gone bad. What sense does that make? He's in Atlanta already, surrounded by drugs, money, women, the best food, the best luxuries. Why would he have to get drugs from a dude who don't have as much money as him or as much resources as him to come from Ohio to get him some drugs? It don't make sense. It don't make sense, right? So then they say, oh, Q Money, he's zesty. He's zesty. Let me let y'all understand about this zesty thing that people want to keep putting on Q Money. Q Money has a talent. People have many gifts and talents. Music is one. You got rappers, you got singers, a talent, right? You have people who play sports, athletes, talent. You have people who can dance. That's a talent. So, same thing like Bobby Shmurda. They were known for their dances. Before Q Money, that's how Q Money even got the record deal, because he created a dance that captured the world attention. And that's how the music, he ended up getting in the door with the music from dancing. Dancing is a talent. Many men and children and women have made a lot of money off of dancing. Prime example, Chris Brown. He's another dancer with Goon tendencies. Q Money's the same way, a dancer with Goon tendencies. The Baby, a dancer with Goon tendencies, right? So now that Q Money has got convicted of this yesterday, now all the bloggers are saying the baby stole his style. Now, how long, since my platform is low, they don't want to give me my shine. They don't want to give me my shine. But don't worry about it. Don't pay attention to the numbers, because we don't chase numbers over here. We only chase the truth. Pay attention to the content. We ain't worried about no numbers. So how long have I been saying the baby stole Q Money's whole style? Q Money was the first dark-skinned dude in many of years. I can't even say what, about 10 years ago? We haven't had a dark-skinned, young man, talented dancer of his color, of his kind. Pretty teeth, drip, attractive young man. Dance his ass off, right? Not one time have we ever heard in any of Q Money's music about gangbanging. Not one time. We ain't heard nothing about no gangbanging in any of his music. That wasn't the life that he lived. He was not a gangbanger. You can go through his Instagram, you can listen to all his music. That wasn't what he was on. He wasn't on that type of time. Another thing, you never seen Q Money with blickies in his hand. Not one. He did not promote violence, and he did not promote destruction. That's one thing the world got to get understood. Q Money is a different type of artist. He's a different type of guy. Only thing he wanted to do was win. And his dancing, his routines, got him through the door through his music. Only thing Q Money wanted to do was make it out his hood and look out for his family and his son. The world got the whole image of Q Money twisted. That's not his lane. He's not a gangbanger. He's not with the violence. But what I tell you, coming from Cleveland, and I lived there, and my experiences living there, man, them the trenches. Them the trenches. Q Money most definitely he wasn't no pushover, and he wasn't soft by far. Don't let the dancing get it twisted. He most definitely stood on what he stood on. But far as taking a person's life, no, that wasn't him. Q Money don't even carry that kind of aura about him. He don't even have that type of energy. So, can I say, do we think it's a setup? It absolutely is. And I'm going to tell you why I feel like it's a setup, right? Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning, right? So when the world got familiar with Q Money, we got familiar with him off of his song, Need. Now, keep in mind, I have already heard about Q Money when I lived in Cleveland. The buzz was already hot. The world didn't know who he was, but we knew who he was. Ohio, Chicago, Michigan, all of these up north and Midwest states, we knew who Q Money was, just like we know how important Boog the Bandit was. The other people in the world didn't know who they are. But in their own neck of the woods, they already was up next in our eyes. Y'all just didn't know who they was. So, Q Money do the video shoot in Cleveland, Ohio for the song Neat. I like my money real neat, just like I like on my free. Featuring Young Dolph, YF and Lucci, And I think it was Pete Longway was in that video. So the video was shot in Cleveland. Now, 7 people was shot at Q Money's video shoot for Neat. That same video, 7 people was shot and 1 person lost their life. So I'm gonna show y'all, cause y'all know me. We coming with the. Oh shoot. Okay, y'all. Wait a minute. I ain't even gonna jump off of that real quick. Hold on. Since I'm talking about music and me being an artist, let me go ahead and let y'all hear this real quick that I'm writing. Then we're gonna go back to the Q Money thing, because this beat just pulled up, so I might as well let y'all hear it. This I'm working on now, y'all. Look. Okay, y'all, I just did this yesterday. I'm still working on it. Because we talking about the artist and me being an artist and doing all this stuff. Then I brought up Q Money, and I just did a show in Cleveland like 3 weeks ago. Then I had to go to Atlanta. I was in Atlanta last week I had 2 features and a show. So I just be wanting y'all to just be more in tune with it. But my real true subscribers, y'all know what's up with me. But I'm going to spit a verse for Q Money since we talking about him. I just wrote this yesterday. I'm still working on it. Let's go. You suck. Hold on, y'all. Wait, I came into that. Pop my shit, pop my shit. She wanna walk like this. She wanna talk like this. She wanna win like this. Pop my shit, pop my shit. She wanna walk like this. She wanna talk like this. She wanna win like this. Yeah, better hop in, better strap in. Only difference is that you wanna win. Going real fast like a whirlwind. I go real dumb, make a head spin. On the back end, better tap in. Only difference is that you wanna win. Skin real tough like a Slim Jim. Mouth real nasty, Lil Kim. I spit these bars like I'm Rakim. Shit so wet like a deep end. My muffin be top of discussion. You niggas ain't talking about nothing. Snoring the bluffing, bluffing. Was y'all feeling that? Y'all feeling that? Hold on, y'all feeling that? Wait, hold on, let me start one more time. That's it, hold on. Hold on, wait. Y'all know I be getting off track. Shout out to the pipeline. That beat dumb. I'm about to kill this beat, y'all. Watch this. Check it. Better hop in, better strap in. Only difference is that you wanna win. Going real fast like a whirlwind. I go real dumb, make a head spin. On the back end, better tap in. Only difference is that you wanna win. Skin real tough like a Slim Jim. Mouth real nasty, Lil Kim. I'm spitting these bars like I'm Rakim. Shit so wet, it's a deep end. My muffin be top of discussion. Snoring the bluffing. You niggas ain't talking about nothing. Too busy trying to cuff me. Like Hammer, you can't touch me. And most of you hoes can't see me. I'm live and direct, I'm in 3D. Dripping in sauce, 3-piece. I gotta brag, repeat. I'm getting to the bag, increase. Okay, y'all working on it. But listen, back to the Q Money shit. So y'all, I want to show y'all the little the news clipping of the shooting that happened in Cleveland at the video shoot. Real neat. Because it was crazy. You know what? It just seemed like to me with him beating this case, because Q Money at the video shoot, he was off the scene when the shooting happened. 2 women supposedly had got into a fight at this video shoot, and he did neat. One thing led to another. People started shooting. 7 people got shot, and 1 person tragically lost their lives. So it was a big old thing in Cleveland, because I remember that around that time. I remember all of this, and they was trying to pin that body on Q Money so bad. So bad, where he was possibly about to lose his deal, and it was other things tied up. With that, but thankfully Q Money ended up they didn't have no ties. Hold on, y'all. They didn't have no ties. Hold on. Cause I just seen this, the thing. And they didn't have no ties to trying to connect him ambitious girl to this body or whatever. So Q Money ended up, after that situation, he did the video shoot. Q Money ended up leaving and moving to Atlanta. Just imagine that. Like, I just got a record deal. I'm on. They trying to put this body on me in Ohio. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Let me get on up out of here. So after that, he ended up relocating to Atlanta. Who would have knew a year later they would have pinned a second body on him? So in a way, I'm not saying that got nothing to do with what he got going on currently, but what I'm saying is how this situation just seemed to follow him where he went. Not saying he had nothing to do with it, but how many times do we talk about this all the time? Sometimes we got to watch how we move and the people we move in with. Because it don't always got to be your beef or your drama for you to end up getting charged or getting penitentiary chances trying to be loyal to the wrong people, writing for the wrong people. But I'm not saying that's what happened in this case, but hold on, y'all. Here we go. I'm about to pull it up right here. I was looking for the footage because it was so while ago. Hold on, y'all. I just seen it. And I hate y'all what's going on with Q Money. Very talented young brother. I most definitely hope I'm quite sure he gonna get an appeal. And I also hold on, y'all. Dang, I just had the footage. I was just looking at it. Okay, y'all, so let's check it out, right? Just today. Yesterday, Q Money say, they prayed on my downfall. I just want my story to be heard. What'd he say here? I just want my story to be heard. How can you convict a man on tampered evidence? I was set up. So this is what Q Money said. So let's go back to the story. Y'all, hold on. Okay, so let's go back to the story, y'all, because I'm looking for the news clip, but I don't even really want to move forward until I show y'all this news clipping real quick. So we can get an inside look on what they trying to paint Q Money out to be. He most definitely isn't that. Taking somebody's life, that's not him. That's not him. And then on top of that, he didn't even take a plea bargain. He ain't take no plea. Why I'm going to take a plea on something that I know I didn't do? So people like, that boy better take a plea or he gonna get sunk, this and that and the other. But why? The evidence shall prove that. And then he say, oh, the evidence is tampering. This is Q Money with Dolph. Did y'all hear what Young Dolph told him? You gonna get your shot. Everybody get their shot. Q Money most definitely is a talented dude. He loved his son.
To be respected, not disrespected, and not exactly. You better respect the game, not disrespected, not disrespected. The copacetic, everything more athletic, everything athletic. When it comes to, you know what I'm saying? Everything athletic, man. You don't want to respect the game, so the game backfire and bite your ass. You know what I'm saying? The backfire and it bites your ass. That the game does. Okay. Tell you about this little situation that happened at Walmart today, man.
Y'all, hold on, y'all. I gotta turn this down. Y'all know YouTube. I'm like, hold on, y'all, because it's crazy because I hate when I have footages. I just had the footage, y'all. Hold on. I'm going through my roll. And the boy, he was making moves like. So, y'all, we gonna go back to the beginning with the story. I hate to hold y'all up like that. Damn, I just seen the footage. Don't y'all hate when that happen? When y'all looking for something and you know you had it? Yeah, I'm just about to go back on Google and find it. Because it's just sad. They trying to give Q Money 100 years. 100 years. With evidence being tampered. Oh, we're about to walk back down this day because there's a lot of things that I want to talk about about the day of events on why I feel like he innocent. But I got to show y'all this real quick. And my tablet. I hate when this happens. I hate when this happens. Because I've been researching so much stuff, y'all. Hold on. Okay, y'all. Here we go. I found it. About time. Dang. My bad, y'all. Here we go.
Los Angeles, Atlanta. I chose to bring it.
Okay, here we go.
I had a choice to shoot the video in Miami, Los Angeles, Atlanta. I chose to bring it here to my hometown, and I wanted to put my city on the map and spread positivity. I don't use guns in my video. You might see some money in there, but no guns, no violence. I don't promote violence at all. I'm for kids. I gotta dance, and the thing that happened, that was an uncontrollable situation. Two ladies got into a fight. I mean, that would have happened if I would have shot the video, or if I didn't shoot the video. During the time, I wasn't on the scene. I heard about it, and I'm sorry to all the families that was affected by it. I will be doing a back to school giveaway in August, and the song will be released in August. And we just trying to win, trying to put the city on.
Now y'all tell me, just off of what we seen, Do that give y'all a vibe of a person who will take out their best friend? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So I'm going to talk about the day of events, right? I think it happened April 16th. Now, we going to walk through the alleged stories that the news said in the news articles I have read. Now, I can't say if this is the truth or not. I'm just speaking off of what I read. So listen, I think it happened, don't quote me on it, don't quote me on it. I would think it happened April the 15th or April the 16th, the day that this whole incident happened. So allegedly, Q Money had left the studio. I want to say between 7:15 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. that morning. Now, this is something that we have to question. Now, we know the best friend has caught a flight from Ohio to Atlanta, right? So, for Q Money to be leaving the studio at 7 something in the morning, who called him or texted him and told him to pull up? How did Q Money know where Calvin was even staying at? How did Q Money know to go there? He had to get a phone call or a text to say, pull up, right? So we don't know if Calvin and Q Money had some kind of beef. We don't know if Calvin's people who he was staying with had a beef with Q Money. Those are questions that we don't know. But what we do know is that Q Money was told to go to the address. How would he know where to go? How would he know where to go if he didn't get a call or a text? That's number one, right? So Q Money arrives at the home where Calvin was staying with his cousins. So they say that Calvin was asleep on the couch and the cousin and the roommate was upstairs sleeping when Q Money arrived at the house. So here's the question. If everybody's asleep, who opened up the door to let Q Money in the house? Think about that. Think about that. Who walking into somebody's house at 7 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning? I'ma just walk in, I'm leaving the studio, and I'ma just walk into this house. Nah. Everybody couldn't have been asleep. Somebody had to unlock the door and let Q Money in their house. They say Calvin was asleep on the couch. The cousin and the roommate was upstairs asleep. So at this point, how many people was really in the house? Because basically off the stories that we hearing, they are saying only 3 people was inside this house, including Q Money. That would have made 4 people. So if everybody sleep, how did he get in the house? This is not Q Money's house. This is Calvin's people house. So why would Q Money have a key to the house? Because I know how some of y'all would think, like, well, maybe he had a key. Who gonna give somebody a key to an outsider? Like, Calvin didn't live there. He was from Ohio. That was his family member's house. So why would Q Money have a key? It wouldn't make sense. Somebody call him or text Q Money to go to the house. Q Money arrived, and somebody had to let him in. Somebody had to let him in. So the story is, this is the story. Q Money walks in the house allegedly. Calvin was asleep on the couch. The roommates was upstairs. Nobody seen Q Money pull the trigger. Nobody seen nothing. From what they claim, everybody was asleep. The roommate heard the gunshots. He come downstairs. He sees Q Money allegedly standing over Calvin's body with the gun in his hand, stuttering, ah. This is in the reports. The cousin said after he seen Q Money standing over the body, stuttering, he runs upstairs, go get the other roommate, wake him up. They come down the stairs. They grab the gun from Q Money, push him out the door. They take the gun from him, push him out the door, lock the door. That's the story, right? From what the world thinks happened. So let us just go break down this whole situation with what happened inside the house. Now, this is all allegations, this is speculation, and this is rumors. Let me say that again. This video, quick disclaimer, it's for educational purpose. We're talking about allegations, rumors, and speculations. Let's break down what could have happened inside this house. So, they say, from what the articles, the news, from what the news is saying, right? They saying something totally different from what the cousins are saying. The news reports and other articles that I read is saying something totally different from what the people were saying. So in the article, the news say they found multiple different shell casings in the home. They also found 2 other guns that was in the kitchen. 2 other guns that was found in the kitchen, right? Let's think about this for a second. The roommate say he heard the gunshots and he woke up and he went downstairs to see what was going on and seen Q Money standing there. I don't believe that. I don't. I just don't. I believe whatever happened, happened. I believe Q Money walked in on a situation that had already took place. Sound like a setup to me. Who is going to pull up to somebody's house uninvited, 7:30 in the morning, on top of their game, at the biggest time of their life, the biggest height in their career, making the most money they ever seen in their life, to pull up at 7 in the morning to shoot somebody who's already asleep on the couch? What sense does that make? It seemed like Q Money walked in on a situation that had already took place because the multiple bullet casings that was found inside the house, on top of that, the 2 other guns that was found. The roommates, they say they look at Q Money, he wake the other roommate up, they tussle the gun away from him, and then push him out the door. First of all, that's not happening. Who ever about to run up on somebody with a firearm in their hand who allegedly standing in front of a body that y'all are assuming he murdered this person? Who about to run up on somebody like that? I'm not running up on anybody. Let's think. You walk in on somebody who you see a dead body and you see a person standing there over the body with a gun in their hand. Who is about to approach and wrestle a gun out of somebody else's hand? That's not going to happen. I don't even believe they took the gun from Q Money if he allegedly had the gun. They push him out the door and lock him out. But the news article was saying the roommates called another dude to come over. So when y'all allegedly pushed Q Money out the door, y'all called another friend, and the police report said this. Another friend arrived with a gun already. How we know that other friend wasn't already in the house? How did the other friend that they called end up getting there before the police arrived? This is what the news article was saying. The guy who they called, the third guy who had a gun, was there when the police arrived, after they claimed they pushed Q Money out the door. It's not making sense. So now, we talking about 4 firearms now. The two that was found in the kitchen, the one allegedly Q Money was supposed to have, and this is all allegedly. This is all allegedly speculations and rumors. The firearm Q Money was supposed to have, and then the third friend who arrived before the police came with another firearm. Who in their right mind is going to take somebody's life and they sleep on the couch? Could have been a possibly setup. Did they try to set Q Money up and possibly rob him? And could Calvin possibly been the culprit of the setup? No disrespect. No disrespect. Rest in peace, Calvin. No disrespect. But it has to make sense to the people. So evidence most definitely was tampered with. Things in the story still is not adding up. It's kind of looking like Q Money was backdoored, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. Why he did not take a plea deal? Why I'm going to take a plea deal over something I ain't even do? Why would I take a plea deal? It's sad. It is really sad what is happening with Q Money. And I think it's even sadder that these labels are not, to me, standing up and backing these artists in the way that they should be backed. Let's talk about Empire Records. It's a lot of sacrifices going on over there. TIG Music Group. Y'all know I've been talking about them for 1.5 years now. Think It's a Game Music Group. It's kind of strange how TIG and Empire is losing a lot of their artists. Either TIG artists have murder cases and Empire artists are being sacrificed. YF and Lucci. YF and Lucci think it's a game. He's facing a body, allegedly. Q Money is facing a body, allegedly. Trinidad James just seemed not to bounce back since whatever is going on over there with TIG. I went on Instagram Live the other day, and I went to Trinidad James listening party the other day on Instagram Live. I tapped in. He didn't even have more than 50 people on his live at his listening party. The numbers is going down. A lot of things is going down. What is these labels doing to these artists and doing with these artists' royalties? With their royalties. How is it that they convicted Q Money of this crime and sentenced him to 100 years? Can we say Q Money and Calvin wasn't like brothers and didn't have love for each other? We could say that. It was a history there. That's a fact. That's a fact. It was history there. Can we say in the end, before Calvin lost his life, can we say if they were if they were at odds? What happened between Calvin and Q Money? How did it go left? Is it possibly the roommates could have used Calvin to set up Q Money and Q Money felt some type of way? Or could somebody else in the house took Calvin's life and called Q Money up to walk in on the body? Because it makes no sense for anybody in their right mind at 7 in the morning to get a phone call to a house you do not have keys to walk in and take somebody's life while they sleep on the couch. It makes no sense. What would be the reason for Q Money to take Calvin's life, his best friend, and he sleep on the couch? It don't make no sense. On top of that, it's allegedly 4 guns that is involved in this case. On top of that, other shell cases is found in the house besides the gun they saying came from Q Money. Could it possibly been self-defense? Did they try to rob Q Money walking through the door, or was Calvin's life already taken before Q Money arrived and they set him up to walk in on the body and frame him? Because it's not adding up and it's not making sense. And it's more sad because people, true fans of Q Money's, know he's not a violent person. He don't talk about blickies. He don't carry blickies in his videos. He's not on that type of time. Q Money is really a pure-hearted, genuine young man who has a talent of dancing and rapping and was able to capitalize it. He was able to capitalize off of his talents. They tried to pin the body on him in Ohio. He dodged that. Go to Atlanta. A year later, get charged with taking his best friend's life, allegedly. Can we say it is a setup? Can we say it could probably possibly be something tied with the label? Or could we say it was backdoor at its finest? Can we say that? Because for the life of me, I always scream hashtag free Q Money. I don't believe he took Calvin's life. It's just not in him. He's a really, really good person. And to know his struggles and where he came from and how much he wanted to take care of his family, how he knew he had to leave Ohio to do better. And what happened? His Ohio problems, his Cleveland problems followed him. Calvin lived in Ohio. What was the reason for him to go to Atlanta to pretty much be on some pull up with Q Money? After knowing your best friend, what he just been through with this other body. Why bring it to you? Sometimes, and I'm not saying it in no disrespect towards Calvin's way, but I'm trying to give us a rear view on what to look through. Look through the smoke and mirrors, because it's not making sense. It's not making sense. Even if it was over money. Why would Q Money take his life over his best friend owning some money? And if it was some money, probably some little money. Calvin was a rapper too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think it could have even been over a woman to do the way the way this crime scene was set up with all these different shell cases and all these different guns and these stories with the roommates and the rumors what they saying about Q Money sexuality. I think it's all smoke and mirrors. I think it's all smoke and mirrors just because he knew how to dance. It's a lot of dudes that really live that life that know how to dance. Chris Brown is one of them. We never heard stories about people calling Chris Brown out this and that and the other. Even when Bobby Shmurda came out with the hot NIGGA song. He was a goon that liked to dance. We can't say Q Money was a goon though, because he wasn't on that type of time. He wasn't talking about taking dudes out. He wasn't talking about setting dudes up. He wasn't talking about carrying blickies in all of his videos. Only thing Q Money talked about was getting money. Getting money, getting these females, knocking these females down, and taking care of his family. That was all it was about. So why is they trying to make it seem like he was on this different type of time and he was just out to do this and that, the other to people? That wasn't what it was. So I had to come and I just had to say a couple words because sentencing him to 100 years, why is this so the numbers is just crazy to me. It's a lot of heinous crimes and heinous acts that go down like this one, and we don't see them get that much time. We just seen PMG God get convicted of 20 years and his brother get convicted of 99 years. Being about that life don't get you nowhere. It's not gonna get you far. But you also gotta watch, once again, who you are surrounding yourself around. Trying to be tough and trying to prove yourself, I just don't see that being in Q Money's caliber. It never's been that. It just never been that. And the stories that I'm hearing is sad because it's like they really trying to tarnish this young man's image. I mean, he was working with the best of them. I mean, he was with FBG Doug, Nip Hustle, Young Dolph. I mean, pretty much anybody you could think of, pretty much the boy Q Money was working with. So why throw all of that away to take my alleged best friend's life over nothing? Over nothing. It just don't make sense. And my heart really do goes out to Calvin's family because they lost a life. I'm not taking it lightly. I'm most definitely not trying to be disrespectful on no end. 2 lives were lost. Q Money is fighting for his life. His mother has lost a son to the system. Calvin mom has lost a son who she'll never ever be able to see again, talk to again, hold again. So we got to look at it when we talk about these family dynamics. We talk about people keep saying it's over with for Q Money, it's over with for this, it's over with. But do we truly know what happened? Q Money just said the evidence was tampered. Based off of the news article and the articles that I read from reputable sources, it's talking about the 2 other guns in the kitchen. They talking about the other bullet casings that was also found in the house. And they're also talking about the 3rd friend who the roommates called, who came over with a gun and was there when the police arrived. He was there. So how we know that 3rd friend wasn't in the house already? And they just said that he had just arrived. It's so many different turns to this story. I most definitely is still going to say hashtag free Q Money. I hope he do come home on some type of pandemic relief, or he might need to get a new lawyer. He might have to get a new lawyer. Because sometimes we get these, that's why I tell in y'all labels and y'all contracts, when y'all on these labels, y'all get y'all own attorneys. Stop getting these lawyers that's tied up to the record label, because this is how I feel like it all get tied back up into the 360 thing. Y'all be careful that it was one thing, it was a video that I had wanted to show y'all. A few words that Q Money has said about his life and how blessed he was that his life has changed. And he was like, man, listen, take a risk. Follow your dreams. Hold on, is this it? Free the Guy. Q Money is still one of my favorite Ohio artists. Hate the way how the story is, the outcomes of these stories. Not only are we tired of just seeing, these young, talented, successful young black men losing their lives to the system or losing their life just in general. The numbers are astounding. The numbers are astounding. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. I'm about to pull this video up. Y'all stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. And in this video, y'all, that I'm about to show y'all, y'all really look at it. Really look at it. Really look at his body language. Look at the way he speaks. And y'all tell me if y'all think this is the actions of someone who y'all think would commit a crime like this. I'm gonna show y'all something that I seen that was very genuine. Hold on.
Me a little bit. I ain't gonna fake. I got like 4. Hey, knowing all this shit, you got to stop, no. All right, yeah. The shit crazy because I just can't stop thinking about what happened to bro last night, man. And I mean yesterday, and they did that shit the day before April Fools, man.
Hold on, y'all. Is this one it? No, that's not it.
Just for the record, when I say that I like my money neat,
Cause I'm trying to find the one where I don't have to
tell you about this little situation that happened at work.
And he was so happy, y'all, in this video. He was talking about like how he's so glad he don't have to.
This is what it is, man. We all bosses at the end of the day, man. You feel me? You're a boss, I'm a boss. You feel me? My business might be doing a little bit better than your business, but you go.
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna take y'all down. Cause there's so much music. Y'all know YouTube gonna hit me with the thing. And he was just like, man, I'm so happy. God bless me where I don't have to live the life like that, and I don't have to do this and do that. Like, my life has changed. And he was so blessed.
I just figured it out, though. You feel me? Bitches don't answer their phone.
Excuse me, y'all, my little cough. Y'all know what? I don't know where is that? I can't find it. I cannot find it. Look at him and Lucci. Who would them? Both of them would be fighting their lives on the same record label. It's sad because we most definitely can't forget about Lucci. We cannot forget about Lucci. Okay, I'm gonna just take y'all with me. We could watch it together. Detroit, Michigan. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, when the world was really like Columbus.
Injury. Love is a left-hander.
That's Q Money, man. Hashtag free Q Money, man. Talented young man.
Hey, you know, I was just thinking, right? Like 12 and shit. They always gave me a big ass helmet, you feel me? Big ass jersey when I was playing football, big ass pants and thigh pads and shit, right? But shit, look, these thigh pads fit me just right, you feel me? I got about 10 right here. Hold on. This one, shit. About 10 more. You feel me? I'm just counting up a check. Never had shit to mixtape on the way. I'm back on these hoes. I'm back on. Hey, coach. Hey, coach. Hey, coach, look at me now. I'm starting. Hey, you know, I was just thinking, right? I was like,
I just wanted to do some little images. I had just wanted to try to get a deeper look inside.
I am fuck with you.
A deeper look inside Q Money's life because
Just for the record,
is this him PNB Rock? Look, Q Money with PNB Rock, y'all. Look. I ain't never seen this picture. Man, that boy was surrounded by so many great people.
So where's the craziest place you had sex? The craziest?
Y'all. Wait a second.
Just for the record, man. People told me to go get a job. I was broke as fuck. Everybody said, man, Q, listen, man, go work at McDonald's or something. I said, what the fuck you mean work at? I said, okay. I started rapping. Now I know for a fact everybody that told me to get a job ain't never thought that I was gonna make it at rapping. Let's just keep it 100. You feel me? I'm starting to do this shit and it's starting to work and I'm blessed. You feel me? Not ashamed people that told me to get a job. Hey man, you know in that rap game you gotta do this. You know in that rap game you gotta do. Shut the fuck up. I'm not about to listen to you. You never even did the shit. I don't keep your opinion to yourself. Cause if I would have listened to you, I would have been working at McDonald's. The fuck, bitch? Hey, just for the record, man. People told me,
Wow.
I got my mind made up, man. All 2018 and the rest of 2017, I'm bitches off if they ain't on my dick enough. Period.
What?
Cause I'm the catch. And I know 9
He
times out
crazy.
of 10, y'all ain't never had a nigga that beat the odds like me. So y'all ain't gotta keep on treating me like I'm a regular nigga. That shit is slow. For real. If you don't treat me like a king, I'm treating you like a fiend. I'm like, mother, I got my mind made up, man. And I'm whipping. Hey, you see where I'm at on my seat? You see where I'm at on my seat?
Y'all know I'm not gonna be able to monetize this video.
Chill. Chill.
I might just start doing shit for no reason, like all type of little hand gestures.
What the fuck? Work. What's that? Work. I'm back. One expects.
I'm through.
So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna test you in a couple.
Aw. Look at him and his mom. See what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no way. It's not making sense. Y'all, it's not making sense with them saying he is convicted of this and trying to give him 100 years. Now, he been sitting already 3 years before they come to trial. Trial come yesterday, they convicted him. They say, oh, he ain't take no plea deal. Why would I take a plea deal for something I ain't do? We didn't already went over the details in this case. How can I possibly walk in on a body laying there that's already deceased? Or how could I even have access to this home without a key if somebody didn't let me in? So how everybody sleep and Q Money just walk into this house? Calvin, the best friend, sleep on the couch. The other 2 roommates is upstairs. They saying they sleep. This is 7:30 in the morning. Calvin was pronounced deceased no later than 8:15 a.m. So what happened? Did Q Money come in there and get ambushed? Or was Calvin already deceased before Q Money arrived? It's too many firearms on the scene, allegedly. 4 firearms. 4 firearms, including the shell casings that was on the floor. They said it was different shell casings on the floor when the police got there and the investigators investigated the crime scene. So to me, it sounded like a few people were shooting. I said, was it a drug deal gone bad at 7 something in the morning? Because why is this type of energy in the house at 7:30 in the morning? Everybody allegedly supposed to be asleep. And then they allegedly called another friend who came over with a gun and was there right before the police arrived. The police asked the other friend, like, where he come from? They're like, oh, he just got here before y'all did. So how do we know if the friend already wasn't there? Was Q Money backdoored? Was Q Money set up? Because the evidence in this case is not lining up. It is not lining up or adding up that Q Money is guilty. Please comment your thoughts. Email me pipelinenews2020@gmail.com. Feel free. He work should have been dead. What do you mean? How do you figure that? Put your facts down on how do you saying what happened. This is allegations, rumors, and speculations. I'm not saying I have the facts, but what I'm saying is it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on here. It just don't. What sense would have made? Just put that out there. What sense would that could have made? To come 7:30 in the morning to leave the studio to be on some pull-up time. And I'm at the height of my career. I'm getting more money than everybody that's involved. Why would I go out my way to take my best friend's life after getting a call or a text to arrive at this house? Q Money ain't had no key to that house. Sean, I don't understand what you're saying now. State your comment. Because how is it? What would be the point? I'm just saying. Just let's say if it wasn't Q Money. Let's just say for instance, right? What would be the point in taking somebody's life that's already asleep on the couch? What's the benefit of that? Everybody's supposed to have been asleep in this house. Calvin was asleep. The 2 roommates say they was asleep. How did Q Money get into this house? Who unlocked the door to let him in the house? This is not Q Money's people house. This is Calvin, the best friend family people house. So how did Q Money enter the home if everybody was asleep and nobody let him in? Which questions the friend who they called, who arrived on the scene before the police got there. Could that person possibly been the one to open the door? I'm just saying. We speaking on facts. We speaking on rumors and allegations. This is allegedly. We basing off of what the news reports are saying. We are going off of that, and we are going off of people's personal opinion on what they think happened. We don't know the truth. We wasn't there. Shy, you wasn't there. I wasn't there. We only could speak off of speculations, allegations, and rumors. But to convict him of 100 years and he didn't take a plea, that shows a lot about the story. It gotta be something hidden, some evidence tampering, or it gotta be some truth that lies somewhere when a person don't take a plea deal. We know if you don't take a plea deal, what can happen? You can end up getting railroaded. We know that. But why would I also say I did something? Why would I confess to something? Sean, what you say? Let me ask. You know I got a code. But this is what I'm saying, right? Why would I plead out? Why would I take a plea to something I didn't do? That's, for instance, like we could go back to the whole Michael Jackson thing, right? This is strictly off the record. 'Cause Michael Jackson, he pleaded guilty. He said, I didn't do it. But he didn't take a plea. 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 He d People feel Michael Jackson didn't they feel like Michael Jackson didn't participate in the allegations that was against him, right? But with him paying off the families, made him look innocent. I mean, made him look guilty, right? Because that's what his mother said. Catherine, when she did her interview, she was like, they was like, do you believe Michael ever did? She was like, I know my son never did nothing like that. She was like, I was upset when he paid the families off because it made him look guilty. So, in Q Money's defense, why would I take a plea deal for something that I didn't even do? All jokes aside, he could have been a rap for the team. That's what I'm saying, Sean. That's exactly what I'm saying, Sean. Hit the like button for me. Because that's what I'm saying. To me, it just seemed like he at the top of his career. Now, keep in mind, on the day this all happened, Q Money is at the height of his career. He is making and seeing more money he ever seen in his life. Keep in mind, he just dodged a body that they tried to put on him in Cleveland, Ohio a year prior at the Neat video shoot. 7 people were shot. 1 person tragically lost their lives. He beat that. He wasn't even there. It just happened at his video shoot. They tried to pin that body on him. He beat it. He said, I'm out of here. I'm going to Ohio. Could Calvin possibly felt left behind? Did Calvin feel, oh, you done got your deal, you left me behind? Or I looked out for you, Q Money, before. Who knows? We don't know the relationship between Calvin and Q Money. Was Calvin looking out for Q before the deal came? And Calvin felt entitled? Oh, you don't want to give it to me. I'm going to come to Atlanta and come and see you. Who? We don't know. Sean, possibly, right? We don't know. Because for Calvin to leave Ohio to take a flight to Atlanta with his cousins and them, he's staying at his cousin's house. He called Q Money. How did Q Money get to the house at 7-something in the morning if he didn't have an address and somebody didn't send him the address on where Calvin was going to be at? How did Q Money get inside the house to even notice that Calvin was supposedly have been asleep on the couch? Or did Q Money allegedly walk in on the body? All these different firearms and all these different bullet casings ain't adding up to what the roommates is saying. They possibly could have tried to rob and set Q Money up. Bullets end up getting exchanged. And so happened one of the bullets end up hitting Calvin. Detective Popline, you know how I be on these cases. Because it's real life, y'all. It most definitely is real life. Most people could only pray to be in these positions that these young, talented young men are in. They have made it to success. And they have beat the odds. And the way they going out, and the way they going out is really mind-blowing. It's really mind-blowing. They are in their 20s and they are young millionaires. In their 20s. People work all their life and can't even accomplish 100 bands. We can work all our lives and can't get to 6 figures. This bag is coming in real fast in this music world. And these young kids getting all this money. And it's going fast. So after I just beat, let's say, for instance, Q Money situation. So after they just try to pin a body on me in Ohio, why would I go to Atlanta and take my best friend's life and still get charged with it and I know I'm going to go to jail for it? Why does that make sense? PNB was 31. But y'all seen the picture I showed the video. If y'all missed the live, y'all got to go back to the beginning of the live to see the videos that I just showed, the pictures with Q Money and PNB Rock, Quavo and them, FBG Doug. If you just go to Q Money's Instagram, because y'all seen I was just on his Instagram, y'all go check out the Instagram on Q Money, and y'all really look at the commentary that I just did today and really try to put y'all pieces together, because from what the world trying to make it seem like Calvin was about to expose Q Money for his sexuality, I don't think that's the case. Calvin didn't have to go to Atlanta to do that. Whatever receipts I don't know if this is allegedly. Now, this is allegedly from what they saying, possibly could have been a motive. Why would Calvin have to go to Atlanta to expose that type of information? When if he had receipts, he could have dropped that online if he had receipts. So it makes you question another motive. It either was a motive or agenda, or could it possibly have been the cousins? His cousins probably want to set Q Money up, and did Calvin participate in it? Because it got to make sense. It got to make sense on who pulled the trigger to take Calvin out. Seemed like Q Money was backdoored, and it seemed like it was a setup, and that's just my opinion. It's my opinion. Thank y'all for coming to the live. Feel free to comment. Y'all know we here for the pull up comment. Not pull up in real life. I ain't on that type of time. Don't get it twisted. We ain't on that type of time. Pull up in these comments, though, and really say your thoughts and your opinions, because your heart got to go out to Q Money, and your heart most definitely got to go out to Calvin, because his life was tragically taken. Two best friends lost their lives due to either backdooring or walking in on some, or something else happened. Either it was bad business. I don't even think it was about a woman. I don't see it being over a woman. I don't see it being over drugs. I don't see it being over Calvin if he tried to exploit him over was he trying to exploit him over the down low allegations? I just can't see either three of them. To me, it just looked like a robbery gone bad. It do. It like a robbery gone bad, or Q Money walked in on the body already deceased. Too many different firearms, too many different things in the details. In the details of the investigation. Now, in the details that I'm talking about with the guns and the best friend was called, the news said that. I read that on news articles in Georgia. This is what the news reported on. So we can go off of, I'm going off of what the news said majority, but I'm also going off of the rumors and the speculations that the streets has been saying since this all happened. We all have heard many of things on what possibly could have happened. That don't mean we know the truth. Q Money put on his Instagram yesterday, I want my story to be heard, the truth. He said, in quote, how can you convict a man on tampered evidence? Thank y'all for your time this morning. Shout out to the pipeline. Shout out to my new subs. Hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the notification bell. Every time I drop, you'll be the first one to get it, y'all. I'm out of here. Until next time, I'm gone.